Hi, this is John Muller. It is Friday, January 8th, 2010, about 5 o'clock in the evening, and I want to go over in this screencast how to edit the sponsors of a player on the Fanooz website. A couple of days ago, I was reading an article by Adam Barr, which you will see on the screen here, and it actually, what caught my eye was that Jeff Ogilvy is now going to be playing Titleist equipment and have a Titleist logo on his bag. And as I've highlighted the couple sentences that mention this, you will see that he's moving from Cobra to Titleist. So we now need to go to the Fanooz website and edit his sponsors. So I'll click on a tab here in the browser, and I'm logged into an account on Fanooz, and you'll see that I'm on Jeff Ogilvy's profile page. So on the right hand side you will see the list of sponsors for Ogilvy, and you'll see two instances of Cobra, one for his equipment and one for the logo on his bag, and we need to change that from Cobra to Titleist. So I'll come down here and click on the View All Sponsors link, which will take me to a page that shows the detail sponsors list, and here you'll see Cobra at the top of the list. It's sorted by alphabetical order, and you'll see these links next to equipment and on the bag, and the green link here is actually the edit icon. And so what we want to do is edit both the equipment sponsor type for Cobra, for Ogilvy, and on the bag. First we'll do equipment, so I'll click here. And I have these links because I am logged into an account. If I was not logged in, I would not be able to see these links. So this is the edit form for this instance of Cobra, and you'll see Cobra is selected as a sponsor, and you'll see the equipment as the sponsor type. Now all we're going to do is go down on the bottom here and change the end date. And if we go back to the page that had the mention of the equipment, you'll see that this was dated January 6th. So we'll go ahead and put the end date as January 6th, 2010. Alright, so that's the end date. Now what we want to do is also put some notes down here to explain to people why we actually made this change. And I've actually just typed this up before I started the screencast, and I'm going to copy and paste it here. And I'll go back up and look at it. And all I said was that on January 6th we saw this article that Adam Barr posted on pjtour.com, changing from Cobra to Titleist. And I put the URL to that article, so if we ever want to go back and look at that, we can. And then I just put my name with the date, today's date, so people know that I changed this. And I click update. This will take me to the admin page for the list of sponsors for Jeff Ogilvy, and you'll see that now the instance of Cobra with the equipment type is now dimmed out. That means people will not be able to see that sponsor type for Ogilvy because it has been in the past. So we're going to make the same change to on the bag here. So on this page I can just click on the edit button over here rather than going back to the public version of the page and clicking there. So we click on edit here, and we're just going to do the same thing. Come down the very bottom and change the end date. And that's be the same end date of 2010, January 6th. And I'm going to copy and paste the same text I had in the previous one. And push update. So now you'll see that both instances of Cobra for the equipment and on the bag are now dimmed out. And if I come down the bottom of the page here, I can go to the public version of the page that we were on previously, and you will see that Cobra is no longer listed as a sponsor for Ogilvy. So now what we need to do is go and add Titleist to Ogilvy's sponsors. So I can come up here and click on Player Sponsor Admin link. That'll take me back to the page, and I'll click on the Add Sponsor button here. And we want to click on Titleist for the sponsor. And all we need to do is come down here and choose equipment. So that's the sponsor type here. And we don't need to worry about all the other link type and sponsor info since we're using the defaults. All we care about is coming down and making sure that we put in the start date and the end date. The other fields are can be changed at a later date. So today's, well, actually we found that out on January 6th, so we'll make it the first start, or the start date for Titleist be 2010 January 7th, and then we'll put a date out in the future like 3000 January 1. If we knew the end date of the contract, we could actually put that in, and let's say it's only a year contract, we can come in and put the end date as being December 31st 2010. And I'm going to copy and paste the same text I put in the comments for Cobra, and this will allow us to again document why we made the change to from, or adding Titleist in this case. Push add, and then we actually now have added Titleist as an equipment sponsor for Jeff Ogilvy. And the system's a little slow right now, so we'll wait until it actually updates. Now that the page has refreshed, we can actually come down the bottom here and see that Titleist is now an equipment sponsor for Ogilvy. We will now copy this record and add the on the bag. And we'll come down here and put on the bag for sponsor type. Come down and push up add, because everything else will be the same. And so this will refresh the page, and I should be able to see the list of sponsors on the bottom of the page showing Titleist. And sure enough, there it is. So we have Titleist being an equipment sponsor and on the bag sponsor. And I can see that on the public page by clicking on Public Player Sponsors page, and we should see that on the bottom. And sure enough, we see Titleist is an equipment sponsor and on the bag. And that's all you do to add sponsors.